Okay, it's a little bit less smooth than I had hoped, but okay, we're live. Hey everybody. Good morning and welcome to the Corsair Cup Finals. My name's Rifkin, and I'm still sick, but I'm gonna do my best that I can today. My ears are plugged and my throat's full of phlegm. Feels good, man. How you doing today, Zombie Robe?
I'm alright. Better than you are.
Yeah, I spent, dude, I crunched this out. I feel like I did the health equivalent of like a workout. I forced myself to drink like 9 gallons of water yesterday and orange juice. I drank my body weight in fucking liquids. I chugged NyQuil and DayQuil all day. Feels good, man.
Alright.
By which case,
Cool.
I mean, feels fucking horrible. But I woke up today with my throat not sore, so that's a good start, I suppose. So we got a lot of casting coming up these next couple of days.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about today and more concerned about tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Yeah, so I'm not planning to overstrain myself. You might end up doing a solo cast for the finals if it comes down to it, but man, I've been I guess I've never really, every time I've been sick in the past, I've never had, I don't know how to phrase this, like an easy access mirror. Like my bathroom mirror is right next to me, right? But in the past, like what would happen is I would just be sick in my room. The end. So I go to the bathroom and I see my face, and man, my eyes are so bloodshot after having like a coughing fit. It's like scary. I'm just like, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I got, here's this thing. Orange juice ready to go, and water, plenty of it. So hopefully I'll be safe for today. At any rate, it's the Corsair Cup Season 4 Grand Finals. $400 in prizing thanks to the combination of Corsair and Twitch. And our first match today is going to be Beastyqt versus Bly. Now, normally, hold the phones, guys. You're like, where was the straw poll, Rifkin? You always let us vote on who we want to have cast. Why aren't we casting Neeb versus Lambo or Showtime versus Optimus? A big part of that is because today's round of 8 is full of maybes. Now, normally with so many like unconfirmed players / confirmed no-shows, we would have just moved the Corsair Cup. And we actually have time to do it this month as we're no longer squished in before DreamHack. However, the reason a lot of folks can't play is because they're all traveling to take TV's Penthouse party. And to be honest, I feel like that's a really lame reason to punish the folks who are here and good to go to play. So no disrespect and no hate, no ill will to the folks going. We'll be casting them over the weekend, and I look forward to it. But for those who showed up today, we decided to reward them by still continue on with the cup as planned. So Bly vs. Beastie is the only match that is like 100% confirmed here and good to play no matter what. All the other matchups have a small chance of one of the competitors not showing, which is a little bit hard to plan around.
Yeah, alright then.
Also, you're going to see all the little bubbles on Zombie Robe's window pop up for a sec. I have to mouse over it to close a bunch of other programs that I forgot to close before the stream went up. For example, I don't need Google Drive, nor the queue for this.
I feel like the chat got smaller.
The chat got smaller. Did you
Yeah,
ban
like
a
the
lot of
text
people?
is different. No. No, the text is smaller.
If you hit Control-0?
Is it gonna reset the zoom?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, no, I just checked that the zoom was fine.
I don't know.
It looks better at 110% though.
Oh, small side note. I don't know why that reminded me, but for those who haven't seen the update on BitBoss, whoop, some of you never played BitBoss Battle, and that's totally fine. Some of you guys don't give a fuck about the bits, and that's totally fine. However, apparently subs and resubs now will trigger damage on the boss, which I think is kind of cool. And resubs will do like a combo multiplier for every month they've subbed. So hey, talk about that timing. The Barakas just set us up with a 3-month resub with that Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. And you'll notice, oh man, that BitBoss has a lot of health now. That might be something we'll have to look into. So we'll see. We're playing around with it today to test it. We'll see what it looks like at the end of stream. Whether you're a sub or BitBoss, it doesn't matter. It's kind of cool to see your name up on the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is
Side of
new?
your mouse, please, Rifkin.
Are you still have your still have the camera on your mouse?
Yeah. The lights on the mouse are also off right now because they're close queue, but normally they light up and they look all pretty. You can't see the parts where I've rubbed off some of the paint from using it for so long.
Cool.
right,
We're still waiting on Beastyqt, by the way.
Yeah, he knows to be here. I talked to him on Skype like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, looks like Optimus did manage to show up. So his only concern with showing today was he didn't know if he'd be still in transit or not by the time the tournament was going to play. So it looks like I guess he's arrived at Takes Place, ? And I guess playing out versus Showtime over there. We wish him the best of luck.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 best of 3, 2 best of 5s. That grand finals. It's going to be a good day. Gonna have some decent StarCraft. And the nice thing is it won't be too long of a cast for poor, dying Rifkin. Now, I have a really fun story to tell. And this applies, like, primarily to any of the Canadians in the audience today. Also, real quick, I guess Abyssal Reef, I kind of got to remind everybody that this is part of the old tournament map pool. So we will not be using the new maps for today. In fact, I think we have still not cast a single match on any of the new maps.
Well, that's true.
Oh, that cat throw was really cute.
Yeah, they're being so rambunctious. I just...
Okay, well, while Zombie Rob entertains her cats, I'll tell this story really quick. So, Bly, funny enough, Bly has a guilty conscience, it turns out, and I love this guy. I told him he didn't have to worry about the phone. For those who didn't hear, by the way, Bly... not through any fault of his own, but he dropped my phone while looking at pictures in DreamHack. It broke. This sucked because this was like day 1, right? Bricked the phone. Now, luckily, it's under warranty, and I've actually already had it replaced. It's in the mail. Like, I'll have a new phone in my hand by tomorrow type thing. So, yay! But Bly was so worried about it costing like all this money and like replacing it and blah, blah, blah. And I said, dude, please don't worry. Don't sweat it. Like, if you're really feeling guilty, it's like a $32 charge for me to like have mailed in the phone to get it replaced. So he said that if he wins today, I can take that out of his prize winning. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Bly is such a good guy, like at his core. I love it. It's kind of funny. But on that same note, actually, I've been using this one. So I got this phone as a replacement. I actually went to T-Mobile to pick this up. I know, guys, we love Ting, but hang on a second. In Canada, there's no such thing as unlimited data. However, apparently on T-Mobile, I can roam without extra charges on unlimited data, and I've confirmed this at this point. The quality here is like better than anything I've had so far at home, which is already stupid in my opinion. And last night, albeit sick, I think for 15 minutes, I tried IRL streaming with this, and it worked. So it might actually be cheaper for me to cancel my current phone plan, use this phone as a hotspot, and use my Google Pixel with unlimited data going forward. Like, it's so stupid to consider that it's cheaper. And by the way, for context, I pay $90 a month right now for my current cell phone bill. This was $75 prepaid a month. What the fuck?
Phones. IDK how they work. You ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready. And thank you to Angel Wings 1 for the new Bit Boss. That resub coming in on, how long is that? 20 months. There's that combo multiplayer I was telling you guys about. But okay, we're getting into Abyssal Reef. It's Beastie versus Bly. And some people, even Beastie was like, wasn't I supposed to play Neeb? The thing is players got replaced and folks could and couldn't show. You know, we had Nurchio decline and other folks unable to play. We had to start replacing them on the brackets, and that, of course, rejiggered the seating. So the winner of this will most likely play Neeb, as I believe Lambo is a no-show, or will be a no-show. We'll find out. Either way, you guys can check the brackets by typing !brackets in chat. We're still on the old map pool, but this will be the last event we do on the old map pool, as it is officially WCS Season 2. Spawning here in the bottom right, we do have the blue Zerg player. It's Team Experts Bly.
Whoa. In the top left is the red Terran. It's Beastyqt. And something's broken with watching your camera. What the hell?
Broken like hell.
Like, it's very jittery.
Jittery? I mean, I'm moving it like this.
Yeah, but it'll skip, like, while you move it. Like, it's not
it's
good.
Not, like, smooth.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, something's up with it. Yeah. I'm gonna do my own thing then.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
We've seen a good chunk of Bly, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see a whole hell of a lot of him at DreamHack. He didn't have the best run, and it was a little bit sad to see, because I know I was cheering for him. Mostly because he said he'd buy me a new phone if you want. But besides the point, he's a pretty fun guy to watch. However, his perhaps unconventional tactics, I think have been kind of figured out by most. And more often than not now, we're starting to see him play a little bit more standard. I'm wondering if that's like a little bit cause and effect, though.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I don't know if I can really say any more about it. Bly doesn't seem to be getting far in our tournaments anymore, so I have more to say about Beastyqt and how much Beastyqt has been improving than Bly's recent playstyles.
Well, Beasty's actually been improving, which is cool, but he's also pulled out mech like once or twice, which makes me go like, what? Because like nobody's doing that. It's still not a thing.
Yeah. Gumiho pulled it out yesterday, actually, which is pretty cool to see. But it really usually isn't a thing, and it's still really up in the air if that's really the best way to go for Beastyqt in terms of like winning future tournaments. But it's nice to see something change up, and it's nice to see it win occasionally as well, especially those TVTs we were watching. But Bly did go for a pool first and is hiding those lings. I mean, his gas was way after, so these are turning into speedlings. But he's got to go in now.
Those are a little bit funny because there's no Reaper that came out for this, so they're right now waiting to dodge out the Reaper, having it go down the middle of the map and then run in, right? But instead, there's a couple Marines.
Well, the Overlord was probably getting really suspicious about the lack of Reaper, and he wanted to kind of bait those Marines out from the top of the ramp, which he did, but unfortunately 2 more are already on the way.
He's not going to get much use out of the Berserkers, but this is better than losing the Overlord if he can save it. However, he might not be able to save it.
Yeah, Beastyqt almost made a mistake by letting all 4 Marines go down, but yeah, 2 in the top, 2 in the low ground, and that should be it.
This really hurts for Bly's opener. Not only does that supply block him, but the Lings didn't even get a kill on the SCV, so Command Center for BC finishes without a hitch.
Yeah, not the greatest opener for Bly. It does need to compensate for that Overlord loss. Later speed. Hellen's on the way out for Beastyqt, and what looks to be a follow-up of... it could be Banshee, could be just a medevac and Stim. Wait and see.
Yo, so they're talking about flip phones in chat, right?
Okay.
I don't know if this is a real thing, but you know what would be like really cool? I'm sure somebody's thought of this, and there's a good reason why it's not a thing. But like a flip phone smartphone, where like the display screens on the start part you flip up, and like all the buttons and stuff you'd press, like the keyboard, smartphone styles would be on the bottom, like the old flip phones. It almost be like a DS phone.
I'm sure someone's thought of it.
I always
people like the concept of flip phone, like flipping them back and forth. I mean, they were like the coolest thing 15 years ago.
It's always a lot more dramatic too, like on TV when you gotta flip it out in anger instead of just like put it up to your ear because it's a smartphone. But I also think like the anime and stuff too, because like anime for the longest time just featured flip phones and everything, even new anime.
Yeah, because like Japanese, of course, were on that hype train long before I think Americans were. Like they had like a lot better cell phones as well for a long time, and I was pretty jealous because they were playing video games on their cell phones while we like definitely couldn't. We were like barely playing solitaire.
By the way, real quick, just because I specifically see in chat, 47ness, dude, if you're listening, I hope you'll be sticking around for about half an hour. After this first best of 3, I have a really cool thing debut art related, and you did, of course, did that really fantastic fan art, so I think you might be really interested in this. But okay, those Hellions become Hellbats. They got the skulls, they got the bones, they got the damages.
Queen already goes down. Not any micro on this so far. Banshee finally comes in too. There aren't any transfuses, so the micro really would have only been back and forth. But the combination of lack of both is making this really bad. And Bly didn't see the Banshees coming at all. He has no Spore Crawlers. He's making one only the natural right now.
He does get some counterattack damage done though. 14 SCVs died while this was going on in the natural. So this is something where Beasty's the one who actually still has to do more damage. And he will, for sure, but I don't know if he can get 16 SCVs worth of damage in return.
Well, he's only down 6 workers though, so 16 really was just like an evening factor when you include both mules, and I don't think Bly can do anything more beyond that. His real advantage is the fact that he already has an upgrade under his belt.
Yeah. I guess I thought with more of those depots going down too, this would be like a bigger supply block for BC, but I guess only really 1 or 2 depots died and the rest were just kind of on fire.
No, not too shabby for Bly, who got all of the queens. I think even the ones that, like, I think they're pulled from each base. So 5 queens went down, 54 lings. That's a lot. And Beastyqt's opener was effective. If only he hadn't taken the SCV losses, it would have been super effective.
Phenomenal, yeah.
But now the Banshees can like interbeam a little bit longer, as those queens aren't available, and they wouldn't have transfuses even if they were. That should be canceled. There aren't enough queens. Oh, there's 2 now, I suppose.
Still, there was like no way that was gonna finish being put out in the open like that.
Yeah, that was definitely a wrong move from Bly. The only thing I can think of is that he was hoping it'd only be 1 Banshee, but that was a mistake. So it's finally rebuilding that queen count. Spire is once again on the way. I mean, Beastyqt has been playing mech recently, so Bly isn't totally out of his element, or out of his mind, basically by thinking and assuming that. I mean, Hellion Banshee over there does go into mech, and in this case, it is.
I like to think there's moments in this game where Beasty, not this particular game, but in StarCraft, where Beasty's like, you know what? I've been having fun with mech, but it's just not worth it. I'm thinking about stopping. And then you'll see like Gumi, he'll pull it out for like 1 game, and he's like, nope, revitalize, mech all the way.
Probably a little bit. Yeah. I know some Terrans get really frustrated with how Bio works with Berserk too. I mean, it's a beautiful dance to watch, but it can be very frustrating to play if you're not, I guess, innovation. Anyways.
That's scary. They come in for round 2. Queens are split up pretty nicely, though, and there are a couple of transfuses, but these queens aren't really supposed to be the anti-Hellbat. They're supposed to be the anti-Banshee right now, at least until Mutalisks are out, which were delayed thanks to the Spire being shut down. So this is kind of tough for Bly. I'm really annoyed that he has to use units like this, but he will clean up the Hellbats, and the Banshees don't look like they will get too out of hand.
No, I'm not going to get a hand, and he didn't really kill any queens either. 8 drones were lost, and a lot of denial on the mining time. So I'd still say it's kind of worth for the Hellions just being minerals. This is a Banshee, though. You
know, there's some funny irony. In the early game, of course, Bly lost an Overlord very quickly, but here, 8 minutes in, there's not really any anti-air to pick off the Overlord. In fact, the Thor popping out now is like the only thing to shoot up.
Yeah.
Also, yo, this is my campaign, guys. Look at this. When the Thor shoots air, it shoots tiny little chest rockets. It is so not, like, scary. And they're talking about removing, like, the transformation mode and just making those rockets the only anti-air attack. Like, can they not just reverse the animation? Can Thors not just have these really cool cannons, like these flak cannons on their back, ready to shoot up at all times? And wait, why did my camera lock? Whoa. Okay, it's fixed now. Never had that happen before. I guess there's some observer problems that came with whatever the new patch was. Your camera on me, and then like the camera getting stuck turning left. Like I took my hand off the button and it just stayed like that.
So that's so funny because someone posted like that trick you can do to like totally reverse the camera, so you can see like the back of all.
Upside down before.
Yeah, exactly. But then someone on the thread was like, "What did you do? I'm stuck this way."
Yeah.
I guess there's a bug.
Well, nice Hellion run by over here to the third base. Going to pick up about 9 workers so far. 12. That number's going to keep going up. That's not. Those are not easily cleaned up.
They're gonna have Blue Flame Hellion too soon. All right. Well.
There's swarm hosts, or hell muffins, or whatever the hell Tasteless called them. This is gonna be really cool. So, this, to be clear, is not something new. This is something we haven't seen a lot of recently. But for those who don't know, the rare mech players that are out there already know how incredibly frustrating swarm hosts are to deal with. And we saw, I think about, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, we really saw players learn how to use these well by staggering the swarms. You don't send them all out at once. You send like 5 at a time, then the other 4, etc. There's some very unique ways to use these locusts on their extremely long cooldown.
Yeah. We got to see it yesterday versus Protoss, in fact, and that was interesting. But I'm not sure that Beastyqt was anticipating the swarm host would move over to the left, so that he's kind of completely dodged him out and just killing the ones that he finds here. But I feel like it's going to really work in his favor because with the Locust, oh my god, they're going to kill like 2 structures, right? Like they're going to do a lot of damage. They have to come back and still wait for that cooldown, and he's going to actually start killing like legitimate bases. I guess the wall off is kind of cute right here.
Ravage is on the way. Corrosive Bottles will actually be really helpful in the upcoming situations, but those Locusts did a lot of damage. 25 SCVs died, so now all he has to do is hold this for a chance. I can't even speak. The choke on the ramp. If he's got the Corrosive Biles, there's no way that BC should be able to push up here.
Yeah, those Corrosive Biles are really something nasty. Kills the tanks on the ramp. Is getting the Thors really, really low.
I love the point defense that were going on to keep those Banshees alive. By the way, that was really cool to see. So a lot of Queen's attacks just completely nullified. But BC, he's got a powerful army, but one that's not going to be replaced very easily. Not because he's mech, but because he lost a lot of his workers.
Yeah, you know, not pulling those SCVs from that third base at all was a bit of a mistake. And the Swarmos came from behind. The Banshees didn't try and find them at all. Tanks are being run into them on accident, in fact. And it looks like Bly just had a big enough army on the high ground.
You know,
that even if he didn't have Swarm Host, he was still holding.
You mentioned not pulling from the third. I don't know that you really even get time to. The Locust attack so quick. It's like you pull those SCVs and you would have... Oh, there's that rewind button.
Yeah, for sure. But like I think he only sent 3 Swarm Host Locusts to the third. So I feel like there was some time. But he didn't move his SCVs at all.
Well, we'll wait for the next map to come up. I can't show it off just yet. Not just yet, but we have a T-shirt currently pending on Twitch for a new campaign. And that might not sound like anything special to you guys until you see the design for it, because the design for it is wicked cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very fun.
But the reason I was shouting out 47 is because it's funny. We submitted. I commissioned this design about a month ago, and it was like a slow and like constantly like retouching it process to finally get it done. But I think he'll find some fun similarities, I guess, to his awesome fan art.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of inside jokes in it.
Yeah, I told him too, by the way. Like I contacted him on Twitter. I said, dude, if you make prints or posters or anything of that artwork he did for us, like, I will not only buy one, I will advertise the fuck out of it. I think it is so cool. And if you guys haven't seen it, you can find it on Twitter. If someone wants to link in the chat, that'd be even better. It is the coolest thing we ever have received to date. There's no question about it.
Oh boy.
Well, while we wait for the next map, this is gonna take a moment here. Loser's pick and all that. I would like to mention too. I don't have it to show off just yet. It's still coming back in the mail, but I had to FedEx home myself the collector's edition Risk StarCraft 2 board game, where we got every player pretty much, well, like 90% of the players at least, at DreamHack Austin to sign, including some of the casters and personalities, and us, of course, included. So we got a really cool giveaway set up for later this month, and we just got to figure out how and what would be an appropriate giveaway for it.
Yeah, I got my stuff that I got from the Blizzard store, of course, when I came back, so that kind of sucked. But I also shipped myself all the stuff I got at the convention, and I'm hoping it arrives safely.
Dude, I'm so stoked. I booked my BlizzCon flight, and I was able to pay for it with points entirely. Wow. And it's not like some shitty flight either. It's like a regular flight. So I paid $15 Canadian for my full go there and come back WestJet adventure.
Well, that's really good then. I haven't booked a flight to BlizzCon yet because I'm tracking the prices, but I was looking at hotels and just like, because like Expedia has a whole like book it without paying until you get there, so I just grabbed hotels for TwitchCon and BlizzCon. But for TwitchCon, I don't know, I was perfectly fine coming in Friday last year, so I feel like I'm perfectly fine coming in Saturday this year because those hotels all got booked up like super fast and they're super expensive.
Yeah, actually,
I'm gonna be staying like 2 nights. Yeah,
we should talk about that later. But I tweeted about this just so all the fans are aware. I'm actually contemplating skipping out on both TwitchCon and DreamHack Montreal. I was like super stoked for it at the start of the year, but taxes hit really hard this year, guys, which is a good and a bad thing. The good thing is we made enough money that I got fucked on taxes, but the bad part is that I still got fucked on taxes. But at any rate, we are getting into game number 2 here for the Corsair Cup, this awesome online tournament brought to you by both Corsair and Twitch, as this is the Season 4 Finals. In the bottom left here for the round of 8, we've got the light red, no, damn it, it's the pink Terran Beastyqt.
In a way, sure. In the bottom right has the red Zerg. It is Bly.
I felt like that moment from, oh no, the camera's stuck again. How did I fix this last time? Shit. Oh, this is such an annoying patch. It reminded me of that moment from Liar Liar, where he's like trying to, this pen is royal blue.
He's trying to lie.
Okay, this is like super annoying. I actually can't like undo the camera. How did that, is 1CE, there we go, that reset it. Okay, regular methods of resetting the camera will fix the stupid swivel. This just means I should probably not swivel so much.
Yeah, stop swiveling.
Also, people are saying I'm quiet. I turned myself the hell up and turned you down a little bit even. So, I guess, chat, if you can help us out here a bit, when you're hearing this, if I'm still too quiet compared to Zombie Grub, hit 1. And I guess if it sounds fine, hit 2.
Okay then.
Because you sound normal in my ear. Like, and I haven't touched any audio. Like, I haven't touched any settings since we got back. So I don't know why it would be different. But man, DreamHack was a lot of fun. I'm so sad I missed day 3. It was a tough weekend. Weeks.
You went to the after party at least, so. I gotta say nothing else happened. Nothing else much happened. I guess you missed the games, but like I had a serious case of just doing absolutely nothing and being a little bored, to be honest.
I heard you were falling asleep during day 2 when it went long.
Well, yeah, that was the same. It was the same deal, really. Like, I mean, I think I mentioned this before we even left. Like, you know, I think it's totally worth it to go to conventions and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but sometimes because it starts at 11 and then that like day 2 went till midnight, legitimately, and there was nothing to do for like 5 hours. I just kind of took a nap, like on the seats.
Nice.
Yep.
I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it was Shamtu or somebody at one of these parties. Like, yeah, Zymer was getting grumpy because people kept waking her up. Confirmed, no passion, obviously.
I guess I was getting grumpy. I don't actually remember. Not many people were waking me up, to be honest. Like, there's one time that Annie like stood on my chest, and that kind of hurt. Other than that, Joey was taking a nap with me too. Actually, we were like, our heads were like touching as we like laid down.
Nap buddies.
On the seats. Yeah, like nap buddies.
2 strangers on a bus.
Yeah.
Alright, well, a couple Hellions came across the map pretty quick. It's not going to be anything too crazy, though. Last time, BC really hit Bly hard. And I don't know, maybe he felt like it was a good attack, but he knows that he took too much damage from it, so it wouldn't be worth replicating. So he goes in for a little bit of like lighter harassment. Man, the Hellion blew up bright. But this doesn't get anything. The leggings of the Queen's clean up very easily. And Beasty's the one who... he's going to have to defend against Bly, I guess. He's even going for a bunker.
Yeah, a little bit scared, I suppose. There wasn't a third base, or you know, there was, but it was only just started, and he doesn't have a lot of Marines. I mean, this really shouldn't end the game, but it's really annoying to have to wait for reinforcements for only what is 6 lings.
He's got to pull SCVs. I mean, this is rough. Obviously, if Bly picks off that stim, that would be massive, but he just doesn't have the ling power to do it. I guess the nice thing is, though, when you do have 3 CCs of production, those mules mean that you're not going to be too worried about pulling the SCVs to defend this.
Mm-hmm. Well, now everything's cleaned up. I guess the one last one needs to be cleaned up, but he's got production on the way. Medevac's on the way, and right, like 3 CCs, SCVs, like he would be able to catch up even if he did lose a handful, which he really didn't. So down 7 workers sounds about right. And time to list shirts. He realizes that it's 2 base Muta. Not of scouting the Spire, but just scouting how late the 3rd base was, and the fact that it's Bly.
What's kind of cool about the Mutas that we didn't get to see last game, though, is I do think they're an excellent, I guess, solution to mech. Stormhost obviously works, and we saw that last game. But heck, even in the old days of like HOTS mech being so prevalent, Mutas still worked really well back then too. The big problem was you wouldn't have a lot of anti-air. But this game around, like Bly knows it's Marines. He saw the extra barracks, he saw the tech lab researching. So I'm really curious on his choice to actually go Mutaling Bling. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. We're still seeing people go for it. But fast mutas like this, that still leaves me with like question marks.
Yeah, I guess we saw 1 or 2 cranes do it yesterday or the day before. Actually, I don't remember now, but it was something that I was alluding to. Really, only Bly had brought back to Legacy of the Void. It sometimes doesn't look very good. I guess it came back a little bit more because Liberators were nerfed. They're no longer the easy peasy defense, and in fact, a lot of people just don't want to get them at all.
Yeah.
Straight up, you don't.
What about? Ooh, do get killed. I didn't get a shot off. Might get combat shield, so this would be nice.
That would be nice. How far along was that? No, not again.
Like, I want to say like 60%. It wasn't super far along, but it was far along enough that that's going to mess with timings. Like that +1 was supposed to come out really nice with it too, right?
Yeah. Okay. He's on patrol seems like this. Well, I guess that this keeps them clumped. They don't spread around.
Yeah, actually,
it looks very funny.
It does. It looks very silly. It looks like they're almost having a mid-air seizure. I don't know. While this goes on, though, Bly takes a 4th base, and the mutas won't be killed anytime soon. But I do want to note that I hope Beastyqt doesn't get too tunnel visioned on these mutas. These are very important units. If you can grab a kill, that'd be awesome. Bly sees the opportunity to go for a medevac. I love it. But while this is going on, there's banelings. There's a lot of drones. There's a lot more going on elsewhere on the map. That bunker has nothing in it.
Yeah, the fact that Beastyqt isn't pushing forward here is, in fact, I think, a big problem. Like, not just tunnel visioning on something that he doesn't even get success with. Like, he doesn't even get a muta here. Ah, okay, almost gonna do this. Ooh, that micro, though.
He goes through the break. That cost him a few on his way out. 10 more on the way, though. It's not too bad.
Yeah, 10 more on the way. It's not too bad at all. On the way, I think he lost 2. And the last one barely survives, and another one must have died somewhere else. But I don't know if it was really worth the lack of pressure. I mean, no combat shield sucks, but now as it's actually almost is done, I wonder if he's going to continue being back at home, because that's where mutas really do look effective, is when they've successfully pinned the Terran back at home, and the Zerglid players don't have to worry about being pushed. You know, Beastyqt finally does push as combat shields finishes. He's got a second factory on the way, which should be for Thors and Drilling Claws. That's becoming more popular again.
Well, Baneling's going to be able to perhaps sneak in here.
That's not a wall.
No, that's not a wall. That's,
so they definitely will be able to sneak in every single time. Well, the mutas probably made note of that.
The Banelings might still have to sneak, but the Lings at least coming through the front door, no problem. Widowmine's going to go off. This might cause some splash damage, actually eating the shots from the Widowmines. The Banelings can possibly roll through, but the target fires. Doesn't matter, the Banelings connect to the Marines, and this starts getting really bad for Beastyqt really quick.
Okay,
he's almost out of steam. There's almost nothing to stop these mutas. How that turret, even mass repaired, won't stand up. It goes down. Bunker standing's the only defense he has. And even that goes down. Lings in the natural also causes some chaos, but GG gets called, and Bly will take the series 2-0.
I have to recall.
Skype problems.
Hello.
Skype problems are a totally new thing we're not used to dealing with. Hello.
Yeah, well, now this has got to be the most obnoxious cast ever, because there's Skype problems and there's observer problems.
Yeah, good times. Maybe you're better off solo casting and I'll just go back to being sick.
Maybe. Well, you sound better now.
I got some stuff I do want to show off, but hang on, we did miss, someone just did some damage to the bit boss, so someone subbed or donated. Dovin Wolf, 100 bits. Thank you kindly, sir. And then Shalasa was a 6-month resub. Glad to have you back. But now I get to show off the really cool thing. So I want to make this clear. This thing, this really cool, awesome thing is pending. As in, it's not available yet. But we have a t-shirt that we're trying to sell. And before I show this off, actually, funny story. I went to go make it, and you can do men's and women's versions of the tee, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, the lowest price point I could set for each, the woman's was $1 cheaper than the men's.
Just a tiny little bit less fabric.
I was gonna say, is it just less material? I guess by a little bit. Anyways, here's a really cool design, guys. Whoop. Actually, why did that not show up? Wait, why did it show up so tiny? What's going on? Did I just break XSplit doing this? I may have broken XSplit doing this. No, legit. Why is this so tiny? Let me fix this. No! That's the wrong thing. Hang on, I'm gonna break everything here on the screen because I want to bring this to you. There we go. Now I'm making it bigger. Oh, I see. Because the actual dimensions of this picture are like a gajillion times bigger than the screen, so it's screwed up. But anyways, I feel like this is a really cool time to debut this. So it's funny because this does kind of follow the same theme as the fan art we got. Just the timing of that was so perfect. So we got the final version of this back yesterday. This has been fully paid for, so thank you very much, and courtesy to the artist who accommodated us. Japanese fella I've been following for a while, and I love it. It's got everything. I said, look, here's the requirements I gave him. I said I want base trade, big bold in the middle, and then just I want you to throw our emotes on, maybe do a little bit graffiti style, however you feel most comfortable with. And after several revisions, this is what we ended up with, and I love it. I think it looks so freaking cool. You've got about every emote we have on the channel at the time here. I got all the different kinds of partoofs for the different tiers of resubbing. You've even got both our cats kind of snuck in there, a la anime style, if you look hard enough for them. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. And I hope you guys like the design, because this is being printed on shirts. So right now the thing is pending, but I can't wait. I couldn't wait. I didn't want to wait the 3 days of pending processes. Now that we actually finally have this and own it and it's been paid for and all this stuff, I wanted to show it off as best I could. And I thought, do it on stream. Don't do it on Twitter. Don't do some sort of cheeky Twitter reveal. Nobody looks at your Twitter if all you do is shit post. Show it off on stream where people are actually watching. So this is not going to be like a temporary campaign. This isn't going to be like a oh, you've only got 2 weeks to get this type thing. This is going to be a shirt we're going to try and have on sale just all the time, always. It's a really, I feel like if nothing else, it's like a really cool commemorative thing, because this represents our chat, our history, everything in a nutshell. All the memes, all the emotes, all the good stuff. So I hope you guys like it. Anyways, we're going to go to commercial break before we get into the next series. As we get into the semifinals, it'll be Bly versus Neeb. Do stick around. We'll see you soon.